Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better jump, jump, jump.
What's up, good people? Hold on one sec. All right, we back in action, baby. What's up, everybody? How's it going, peeps? What's up? Good to see you all today. What's up, Hank Bridges? Stacy, good to see you. Hillbilly, good to see you. Oh, AD's gonna crack his Mountain Dew, y'all. Boom, boom. How are you doing, Howard? So disrespectful. What's up? Hey, it's Vic. What's up, AD plus the chat? Runaway Truth. Hey, good to see you. Missed your live last night. I keep falling asleep, man. I keep spacing it, and then I crash the fuck out. I catch the early though. Della Lane, what's up, Della? Chris, what's up? Cali Cat, how you doing? PGH Deb, what's up, Deb? Little Miss, what's happening, Little Miss? Runaway Truth, that was you on Hillbillies Live last night? You did good, if so. Hummingbird, what's up, Hummingbird? Angela, what's good, Angela? TT, what's up, TT? Good to see all of you legends in here. All right, man. We're going to go over some things that I was going to go over last night. I like doing this deep dive back into things because I'm finding out a lot of shit that I didn't know. I'm finding out a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Fix my clothes, man. What's up, Lee? Everybody take the time to do me one big favor and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Gracias, y'all. Gracias. All right, I got a couple here on Eric Carroll. Some of these haven't been watched in quite some time. Some of these have not been seen in quite some time. So without further ado, we'll get right into it. Hello, Regina.
So,
how are you doing, Regina?
you hear anything? Ray, Lorraine, and Timmy has been taken.
Okay, so now I'm starting to get a little bit more of an understanding on what's going on here. Eric just asked somebody, have they heard anything? Partly because he's the one going up there. He's the one going up there. He's the one that gave a fuck. The others didn't give two fucks, if you ask me. That's where I'm really starting to stand on this, y'all. Nobody else but this man gave a fuck. Because just because you can't go to the hospital doesn't mean you can't send someone, doesn't mean you can't have someone by them at all times. Nah, they didn't. Eric was there, though. Not scared of anything. He still went.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to find out something. This was a recipe for disaster. We went 3 days in a row to get that protective order. 2 days we got denied. After the first 2 days it got denied, and I'm going to get comments out of here, guys. I can't look at that. That's why I haven't been on social media. I don't even want to look at it. Not after what's going on. We went.
Come on, camera hog. What's up, Freddie? Come on, camera hog. Come here. Come here and hang out with Daddy, okay? You want to hang out with me? Yeah, it's the fat girl summer.
2 days to get a protective order, and then we didn't get it. The only option we had at that point was to get adult protective services involved. And then me and Timmy went and met with adult protective services one day. Timmy was claiming he had, not claiming, he told us he had been beat by BJ. Betty said she had. Larry never told us he was, but
This is the Airbnb that right here. Karma. Hello, Karma. What's up, guys? What's up, everybody?
Betty told us that she saw BJ hit him. Then, when we were supposed to be meeting with adult protective services and Betty was supposed to be going with me, which they were meeting her to give her 8 hours of caretaking, she no-showed and was off with Brandon. That's when adult protection services came down there, because at this point I'm broadcasting all over Facebook that I'm wanting them to do what just happened. They came down there, told Betty, no, he's trying to build you a home, which, guys, as of a couple of days ago, the Amish had agreed. We had permits, everything was ready to go, until I saw you-know-who back on the property. It's going to get good. I never went home.
Hi, Cuddle.
You people, some of you that didn't know me, you're about to find out. Give me a second. The emotions are high.
He said it right there. I never went home. What's up, Ben? BJ needs a lesson. Yeah. There's a whole street of motherfuckers down there that don't know how to live right. There's a whole street, a whole road down there of people that don't know how to live right. For real. I'm being dead serious. There's a whole road of motherfuckers down there that don't know how to live right.
We were told,
What's up, Benna?
when we got that protective order, that if Betty talked to BJ or Larry, not just BJ, someone said Patrick saying this is because of BJ. I mean, probably is. She's not supposed to be there, guys. She got caught cutting down telephone wire, melting the casing off, and $25,000 worth of copper line. That I've been told.
And to tell you the truth on that, BJ told on everybody. There's many of those roads here, AD. I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. You know? Fucking kitty hair in my joint? Don't want no kitty hairs. We don't want no stinking kitty hairs in there. She did. She told on everybody in that case. Sad, man.
Allegedly. Get this. That Larry knew about it too. The copper. Yeah, it gets better.
So as I'm looking back on all this, it's really, 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 really eye-opening to know how much those three weren't cared for. It's really, really eye-opening to understand that they really weren't loved at all. They were just what they call existing because they had a check coming in. That's sad, man. It's things like this that make me think to myself, I'll never be a piece of shit like that. These are the things, these are the stuff that people go through that I get to reflect on and tell myself that you're better than that. Not that I'm a better person or that I'm a better human being or I'm better than anyone, but we all can be better than that. Every last one of us. And it breaks my heart to know that not anybody cared for those three. Maybe Betty. I believe Betty had some care for him. But even in the end, Betty didn't do much. Betty hasn't done much at all. You know, Betty could have been sending people to see about him. Betty could have had other family members go and see about him. That's sadly, it's sad, man.
Give me a second. So then, all of this goes down. They say he's trying to get you to home. We try to make this like water under the bridge. On Thursday, we go to the Amish. That was the day, I guess, that the court date was. Guys, I was told 10 days. 10 days from that day is what we had with that protective order. If you go back to every live, that's what I said. I, honest to God, thought we had 10 days. The first 2 days when we were talking, I could have swore I saw like a September 9th or 10th date. But regardless, and you'll find out why. I'm out here going to the Amish. I'm out here getting building permits. I'm out here taking everybody, doing everything. I was the only one doing anything. Literally,
Yeah.
the only one doing anything until my friends got here, which makes me so angry. What seemed like a normal day, we went, talked about the permits. I came on, give you guys the live, let you see what was going on, flood zones, everything that's going on. And I told Betty, they're not going to allow you to put the home there. One, it's supposedly not even your property where your home is right now. And it's in the flood zone all the way over to where Larry's house was, where the camper went. There was a piece of property on the very back that was flat where they could have built. And guess what? They wouldn't have been where they were, could have got a new address where people aren't showing up to their house in the middle of the night. It would have been perfect. They could have been isolated. I came, told Betty about that. Everything was good. Everything. She said, I like that idea. Patrick told me at one point in time that Betty said she didn't want her house back there. Even though in a video, Betty tells me, I always wanted a house back there. My sister Judy used to be back there. Well, and then I'm here for Patrick. Well, Betty doesn't want her house back there.
Let me tell y'all something too. Betty probably had dreams of having a house, but let's keep it real. Betty never thought she was going to get out of the house. Nobody else ever thought she was going to be out of that house. And they probably think, fuck it, I'm going to live here the rest of my life and I'm going to dick all these people over. Because I don't care if you build me a new house. I want the money that you're giving me now. Fuck that new house. And somebody said to me earlier, and I can't remember who, and I'm not even going to say who if I could remember, because it was a Discord. And that's our members only Discord. So whoever said it, good point. Damn, I forgot what I was only going to say. Hold on. That Patrick kept cool with Kenny because it always made it look like he was still good with the Whitakers, and that Kenny was his eyes and ears for that house down there. And that's true. That's very true. What's up, Steve? Very, very true. Nanas, what's up? Families like that are set in their ways. They have lived their whole lives like that because it's all they're used to and in their upbringing. Let me tell you something, man. My grandmother's house, she lived there for, God, I don't know how long, all my life. And it took up until she got dementia for us to get her to move. Once she got dementia, she was like, yeah, let's move. And we were out. We moved her. But before she had dementia, she didn't want to go nowhere. She didn't want to go nowhere. Her fucking living room ceiling in the front right corner by the front window, the ceiling was starting to drop in. She didn't give a fuck. It wasn't leaking. It was just where like drywall or something. I don't know. Didn't give a fuck. Yeah, a new house wasn't a fix to this. It wasn't. It wasn't, man.
When I say something to Betty, but Eric, I never said that. Regardless, we went walking the property. Was going to try to find out what was going on. I noticed when I was walking the property on the backside, there is a place called Devil's Backbone. I found 2 campfires. So definitely eyebrow raised, right?
Campfire? A campfire really isn't an eyebrow raise. They probably people that know the Whitakers or around the Whitakers. Usually when there's a campfire around a house that's walking distance, usually it's them people or somebody that knows them or somebody that's been there before. Same house since she was born. Yeah. When my grandma sold that house, well, she left it to me, and I just didn't feel right keeping it myself because there was 6 other grandkids. I was the 7th grandkid. I was the last one born. And she left it to me because, all the other grandkids had their own homes and shit. And I still didn't feel right keeping that home. So we sold it and we split all the money. It was like, I don't know, 23,000 bucks a piece. It wasn't a whole lot of money. She lived in the ghetto. But she had another piece of property that was attached to it next door. It wasn't attached to it. It's his own piece of property. But we sold both, I think, for like 145. But I didn't feel right keeping that house because I wasn't the only grandchild. I was the only grandchild that ever hung out and stayed with her. And I lived with her for years. It's when you're melting copper. You think he's back there That could have been the truth. That's true. Throwing the wire in the fucking and raking it out. Boy, that is some fucking dope fiend shit right there, boy. When you got to go around start stealing copper, that's dope fiend shit. Because even a person that just collects copper wouldn't steal it. You know what I mean? Even if you were just, wanting to make ends meet, so you're out collecting copper and aluminum and you don't steal it. You don't have to steal it. But yeah, man.
Betty tells me that Timmy, or Lorraine, is missing Timmy. And I know she was. She loves her son, guys. She loves her son. And she said, do you mind bringing him back? And I was like, is he still going to be able to go to Georgia with me? Yes, he'll be able to go to Georgia. Just make sure he calls her. I was like, I will. I'll make sure he calls every day. She said, he doesn't have to call every day. Just some. I said, no, he'll call every day. Went back. My friend Robert Mast, who had flown out from Idaho, almost 78 years old, had a former Amish friend that lived 4 hours away that drove all the way up here to see him. So we took him back to meet with at the Airbnb. And then while we was doing that, I got Timmy. Timmy did not want to go back, but I told him, you got to go see your mom. Okay, but everything was going to be good. I had gotten Lorraine some special chips from the Amish. I kept chips in the back of my vehicle, and I would give her a bag at a time. The second I got out of that vehicle, I see those hands. And I wanted to react then, but.
And it's true, man. I mean, I can understand this. If you're trying to do something special for a family, why the fuck you want a dope fiend around? What's up, 410? Always causing problems, always putting shit in their heads. You know what I mean? Just trying to get him the fuck up out of there. It's very clear that Larry and BJ didn't want Eric involved. And then I also think Patrick, towards the end, didn't want Eric involved. I think Patrick wanted it to go back to how it was once Eric got there and started getting involved. Because Patrick knew that the shit was about to start getting real and that it was going to start getting serious and that everything was going to have to start lining up. And Patrick's money was going to take a hit. It was. But only for a little bit. It would have shot through the roof if y'all would have did the right thing. Me too. I mean, I don't care for this guy either. Trust me. I'm not up here caping for Eric because I like him. That's for damn sure. But the truth is the truth, man. And I'm a podcaster that likes to bring the truth. And I'm a react channel, so I have to tell you how I feel. You see what I'm saying? I feel like Eric was there to do the right thing. I understand he was there to make money, but he had the abilities to properly get them a house built. He had the connections. But damn, I just think once it all started to blow up, they blew it all the way up. That's crazy, Terry.
But I'm getting information about what's going on, guys. I said, I'm going to go up, talk to Lorraine, and have that moment with her before I ask about the camper. What pissed me off is when I did that, after I did that, I said, Larry, who's in the camper? Nobody's in the camper. Larry, who's in the camper? I didn't even play it off. I just kept going. It was going to lie to me. I went back and rewatched. There was a guy.
Yeah, they were going to lie.
That has a channel. YJ, the author, I think.
They were going to lie.
Closest one on his coverage, guys. I want you to know, bud, I was really, really respected your work. You were about 95% correct because there's so much. The internet's loose and people make your accusations in the comments. You have no idea what you're talking about. And you're about to get the true story. Once I find out what's going on, every
Buddy, you still haven't gave us the fucking true stories. You've talked 5 fucking times about this, and you still haven't gave us any cut and dry fucking information, bro. I mean, I get that you did stay down there. I understand that. That's new information to me. And plus, I looked up the video yesterday, and Patrick the whole time knew you stayed down there. What a jerk off. What's up, Kelly Joe? Patrick knew this motherfucker stayed down there for that family. While Patrick, Betty, Larry never went up to the hospital, never sent nobody up to the hospital, never once had tried to reach out and find out how these motherfucking people are. But this guy did from the very jump, and they knew it. The Whitaker family and Patrick knew it, and they still sent out the smear campaign. You're going to hell for that, buddy. You're going to hell for that one. God don't like ugly. And that's ugly. That is ugly, bro.
everything that happens in the dark will come to the light. And I think it's about to now.
To know that Eric stayed there, to know that Eric stayed in West Virginia to try to care for that family and help the workers and shit learn about them and see how they fill them out and all that. And Patrick knew that and still went around trying to trash this motherfucker's name is foul as fuck. It's foul. I've reached out to Eric. Once. I don't want to bug him. Maybe y'all can bug him for me. I would love to talk to Eric. I would ask him straight up answers too. Fuck all that. I'm not trying to be his friend. That shit didn't work with Patrick. Fuck that. I would just ask him straight up shit, man. Because I don't care for either one of these people, right? I come into it with an open mindset because I don't want to be either one of their friends. I don't, because that don't get me nowhere. I don't even know these dudes. You're right, Tara.
That is involved with what's going on right now, come to me. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I forgot what I was talking about. There's so much. I don't know what's going to happen. When I know, I will let you know. But here's the thing. When Adult Protection Services came down there, Betty told them about the abuse and everything that was going on. When BJ showed back up in that house, guys, and you know how many people I've been watching in the comments saying they was going to report it? It was inevitable. They can only get so many calls before they have to act. And I'm going to tell you, they were going out of their way, but every time I see Ray, he is sitting in his own urine.
And you know, I heard some stupid ass other channel. I watched some other channel. Like, just some stupid ass bitch that don't come on camera ever and talks real slow. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. I watched that woman tell everybody, I doubt that's true. I doubt that's true. These people just say whatever somebody else isn't saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to say you don't think Ray was sitting in his pissant underwear and pants and shirt for too long? Because, god damn, we watched it on video, you dumbass bitch. You dumbass bitch. Oh, well, it would get raw. Yeah, it would. But Ray don't know how to tell you when he's raw, you dumb fuck. Ray can't say, hey, will you change me? Because I'm starting to get a little bit itchy down there. Are you dumb? It's fucking crazy, bro. Oh, no, he wasn't sitting there too long, man. You see it on video. You see it on video. It's like you idiots just try to say whatever that, like you're just trying to catch anybody that wants to believe something else. It's like you're really, really just chipping away at the people that don't have much of a brain. It's sad.
Lorraine has been trying to tell me something about her head for months. And then when Lorraine starts trying to tell me, I get told some BS excuse about a bee sting. And I've asked Lorraine, it's on video. Lorraine, is that from a bee sting? No.
Well, then it's not from a bee sting.
But here's the one that really got me. We didn't, and then the court order.
Yeah,
right?
white passes, huh?
While I'm out there doing this with the Amish, getting the
Stupid ass
permits, and then
people,
I made
bro.
me think, oh, it's your fault. You knew
Ignorant.
when it was not. I said 10 days from the very beginning.
Guarantee you, Kathy's a liberal. She lives in Wisconsin. She's a liberal for sure. Who are we talking about?
I found out. It's public record. Make a call. You'll find out. They told her they would give her a continuance.
Could be, Cuddle.
She denied it for BJ. She denied it. She said the abuser could stay at the house.
Yep.
Now, when you admit that someone beat Ray, beat Timmy, beat yourself, beat her dad, stealing copper wire, doing the things that they're doing, what did you think was going to happen? I knew this was going to happen. And they
she lives in Minnesota. Okay. Yeah, same thing.
There's more.
Minnesota. That's right. I forgot. Same thing.
And I promise you, you'll get more later.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, not much difference. Same state.
One of the biggest slaps in the face to Mr. Patrick over there.
Uh-oh.
I get a call. From the condo where I rented the Airbnb. Patrick played on my heartstrings. I need somewhere to stay. I just want to get away for a while. I don't want no one around. I just want to get off. And you think you can get me a room up there? I was like, yeah, man, you can do that. You mind getting it in your name? Sure, Patrick. Just pay me back out of next month's money. After everything else that I've been taking care of, right? I get him a condo. He was staying right next to me in the Airbnb, guys.
He wanted a condo too, guys. Patrick wanted a condo too, guys. These are people that have never had big money. They haven't. He wanted a condo too.
That condo was freaking trashed, man. Hold on, I'll get to all that in a little bit. I'm getting information about what's going on, and I've got a lot to go through, guys. That condo was trashed. Dog poop, chewing tobacco all over the pillows, the walls, you name it, pills all over the floor. Don't worry, I've got the video. The back.
He had the video. Well, it's still a condo. They're just renting it out through Airbnb. Airbnb's the site. The condo gets listed. Yeah. He had the video.
Doors were left wide open. When he got out, Moose was with him and his other dog. And I said, Patrick, does the owner know you got that dog with you? And he said, oh, yeah, I told him. No, they didn't. Not only that, he goes and puts them on the kitchen counter in this brand new renovated place. Decorations for the condo that became spittoons, diapers on the floor, stains all over the couch.
Why is there diapers on the floor, bro? Where's the kid? Why is there diapers? Your doggies? Why is there diapers? Patrick had it cleaned. Yeah, sure. Sure looked like it. Patrick wears diapers? I didn't know that. Diapers for dog. Moose is a boy. The Holler Hoochie's diapers. Have you seen half of them? Have you seen half of them? Woo-hoo, boy. Holler Hoochie brought their babies. They all have babies. Have you seen half of them? I'm not going to get into that because some of them are still sweet people. They just got a little bit put off by this man because they thought he was a superstar or something. They thought Patrick was a fucking superstar. That motherfuckers, nobody but me or you. Probably a little less. Probably a little less if you want to know the truth.
Pills all over the floor. Literally, I don't know. How do you get
Patrick ain't
snuff
taking care of nobody.
on couches?
Ain't no real
countertops,
man. If
like
you can't take
everywhere.
if you can't take care of another woman, you can't take care of someone else. You ain't a real man. You're not. Sorry to say it.
Kitchen sink was full of it. Big wads of it.
If you
All
can't
over
take
the
on
floor.
responsibility of
All over
someone
the
else
back
or
deck.
some other thing other than a
And guess
dog,
whose name it was in,
you ain't no
guys?
real man.
You guys think you know. You have no idea what I've been through up here. And I'm a good friend.
Yeah, Timmy's been
I
around babies.
wanted him to get better. This is his record.
Okay, so if the video's true, but that has to be because I looked up Patrick's record, guys. It's not that thick. Really not. So I don't know if he's got like every paper. You know what I mean? Like his charges aren't really all that, bro. Yeah, that's got to be like everything you can get in. That's got to be like all the FOIAs. That has to be. Shoot those over to me, Eric. Shoot that over here to me. I'll go through it all.
It's like a freaking Bible. I'd like to say something. His mom and sister, his family are good people. And she's went through the loss of 2 of her sons. And I hate for this to happen. I really do.
Yeah, he doesn't have that thick of a fucking.
And then I found pleading guilty to stalking and sexual crimes just last month. And Timmy's in Victoria's Secret just a few days ago. And we're getting him to take pictures with women while he's in it too.
There's nothing wrong with that,
I'm
man.
hot.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Nah, it's not active. They arrested Patrick. It's not active anymore. I wouldn't say so. If it was still an active investigation, then they would have gotten the person farther away from West Virginia, and that would have been Eric. Because if they arrest Patrick and they're going to arrest Eric too, then they're giving Eric a chance to run once they arrest Patrick. So they would have arrested Eric. Eric's not going to go to jail. Yeah, the Whitakers needed good representation and they never had it. Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about in the police's mind and you're thinking, okay, we're going to arrest Eric and Patrick, or we're going to arrest Eric at some point, you're going to arrest him first because he's the furthest away. So you're the one he's the one you're worried about running on you. They'll go get Patrick at any time. Eric is their witness. Eric is their number one witness, probably. He's going to testify if Patrick takes it to court. Patrick ain't gonna do no time over this, man.
Right now, guys, I could go on. I'm about to go find out what's going on with that family. I could care less about the social media. I haven't been on.
You hear that right there? He meant it too, guys. He said, I'm about to go find out what's going on with this family. See, this takes it and puts it in all different perspective now. Man, I shouldn't have heard what I heard last night, man. Hearing that Patrick knew Eric stayed there the whole time. Patrick, you're a dick squick. You're a fucking piece of shit, bro. You're a dirtbag. You're no better than any of the dirtbags that I've seen come through the Whitakers. You really aren't. You really are not any different, bro. You knew this man stayed there to see how that family was doing, and you didn't tell the world that. You just said he was hiding because of the money. Yeah, he's keeping the money, keeping the money, the money, the money, the money. But you knew he stayed there the whole time. You didn't want to tell anybody that because that would have made you look fucking stupid. But why ain't you doing something? Why didn't you do something? Why didn't you send somebody up there to check on him? Why didn't Betty? Why didn't Larry? Why didn't BJ? Why didn't Kenny? Nobody went up there to check on the Whitakers but Eric fucking Carroll. Sad, man. That's fucking sad.
Here doing the gimmick or the YouTube. I knew when this happened,
That's fucking sad,
the
man.
YouTube was probably going away, and it sucks. I put a lot of work behind it, and I'm a very passionate guy. The whole time I was up here, I was busting my ass, not even hardly sleeping, taking money out of my pocket, and then having someone do that to me. That's how I get repaid. I don't know how they can look at them. And you know what? After everything I did for that family, the movies, the new clothes, all of it, I never heard a thank you. And I don't do it for the thank you. I literally have done stuff like this all my life, guys. If you think this is about the likes, clicks, and views, you don't know me much. I already had a platform, and I really would much rather be at home, and I didn't want to be on, so I don't even want to be on it here now. But this is what happens. And what sucks is now the whole thing is about scandal instead of the family getting the home they deserve. They literally had a log cabin built by the Amish about to happen. Free.
Free.
You guys don't know the half of it. I tried to cover for you, Patrick. I tried to cover for you. I hope you would get better. I really did. You weren't even supposed to be at that concert. Ray had an orthopedic visit the day before, and you didn't. You had one thing to do: get Ray to the orthopedic visit. I came all the way up here from Georgia, and you told me I would not be able to get him a doctor's appointment. And I said that was the whole reason I was coming up here. And you said, you're not from West Virginia. It don't work that way up here. You're from Georgia. We don't just get visits like that. I had Ray at the doctor the next day, guys. He had an orthopedic visit. And Patrick was the one supposed to take him. Ray didn't make that orthopedic visit. Instead, he ended up at a bluegrass concert where Patrick broke his leg. Y'all need to start. You've been asking the questions to the wrong guy.
So how did Patrick really break his leg? Patrick says he did it a side by side. This guy says he did it at a bluegrass concert. Two very conflicting stories. Like, very conflicting. Like, two way different stories. Eric says he did it at the bluegrass concert. Eric knew he went to this bluegrass concert. Eric knows. Eric was down there, told him not to go. But yet Patrick says he did it in a side by side. Where was the time to be in the side by side at? Because either you're supposed to be at a bluegrass concert and then you break your leg. That means you go immediately to the hospital. So were you at a bluegrass concert or were you at out being on a side by side? Because that's two different total things, my man. As much as I was lied to, bro, as much as that he just lied to me, I know they do.
But I've got your
But
answers. I've got your answers, and I can't. I really hoped he was going to straighten up, guys, but this has been going on for years.
okay, I got you, Joker.
I feel, but I've been leaving you breadcrumbs all along. I was afraid this was going to happen. I'll give you this much, and then I'll give you some more later. The first time I was up here, after we recorded that interview on YouTube, meet Patrick and Eric. Next thing I know, he is in the parking lot of the hotel at the Skyline.
I don't want to hear this story again.
Now, that guy that he owed that money to his grandmother, I'm sure you'll probably end up watching this. But it's not just that, guys. Donation money.
Oh,
You name it. Getting people to pay for FaceTime and Timmy.
donation money. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Oh my God. It goes on. Now I'm getting filters. So, yeah. Have fun.
Thank you, Rue.
It's funny. I got to get out of here. There's nothing funny about this. I don't know why does a filter pop up on a Facebook Live? Anyway.
Because somebody paid to do that, buddy. Because it was paid to do that.
Yeah. I'm ready to spill the beans. And to Patrick's mom and sister, I'm sorry. You guys don't deserve
Quit
this.
bringing his family into this,
But,
man.
Patrick, you need to go on and tell the truth. I have nothing to hide. If anybody's ever sent money to this family, outside the one time I asked you to send money for me for the Airbnb, and as soon as I got what I needed, I went on there and said, "Stop sending money. I've got."
No wonder if there's people that actually sent money to Patrick, like a bunch of money. I believe so too.
Got what I needed. If anybody ever sent money to this family, put it down in the comments. We need to know where that money came from. I want 100%.
You hear that? We need to know.
Of it accounted for, because I don't think I've been told the truth, and I don't think the family has either. If you ever sent money, put it down in the comments. What was done in the dark, it's time for it to come to light.
It was a PS5.
Blew the whistle in a group with people that I found out were paying FaceTime for Timmy not long ago, and said this is not supposed to be happening. There was lots of people involved. This is not a cash cow here. The Whitakers are very easy to manipulate people, and they get a lot of attention. The worst drug on the face of this earth is attention, guys. You think crystal meth and crack and all that's bad. The things that people will do for attention will blow your freaking mind. And the last thing in the face of this earth you're ever going to see me do is take advantage of a special needs family. This was going on before I got involved. I was asked to get involved, and I gladly accepted. But I've got to look at myself in the mirror at the end of the night, and I got kids that I want to show them the right way. And this is the last thing I wanted for my babies, is to be in a public spot putting up with crap like this. But I'm not leaving Timmy. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I'm going to find you, buddy. I'm coming, and you guys can bet on that.
He wasn't lying, guys. Right, Leanne. Dude, he wasn't lying. I fault both of these guys no matter what. Neither one of them are squeaky clean. I think Mark's got his own following, Joker. People like Mark. Well, you did all that just to go around it. Okay, cool. I think people follow Mark for Mark, man. Appreciate you, Flower Power. Thank you for help fund this war, baby. We're on a war for truth, man. Too many people put out false information. I'm just trying to get to the truth, Flower Power. That's all. Just trying to get to the truth. Much love.
Right now, 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 right now.
He definitely went and stayed with them three. He definitely didn't run away. He definitely didn't, did he?
We are live.
You do it, Dwayne.
All right. Well, I know everybody's been looking for updates and kind of status on everything.
It won't go full screen, guys.
And everything that's happened over the last day or so. I know it's been a big day, and I know you wanted to get on here and kind of talk through some of the issues. I guess kind of starting out, how has, I guess, the area been? I mean, you're out in odd West Virginia. How has it been, like, kind of dealing with folks in the community?
It's a weird thing, dude, because you got the internet, then you have the local area. I've had people finding me in the local area about Patrick and something that they've done to them, or some scam it's been everywhere.
Damn.
I've been contacted by people. How they've got my number, I have no idea. It's been nonstop, dude. And it's just, I just really hate this for the guy, because if anybody thinks I'm taking pleasure in this, I'm so over it. I think this is going to be my last update. And if, you know what, I really thought about it. I was emotional when I did the update earlier, because I'm just,
you had all that built up.
Freaking appalled, dude, at everything that's going on. And you feel like you want to get this out because you feel like you've been so wronged. And then I'm like, dude, I'm not going to keep this going. This was supposed to be about their house.
Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes Eric made, like keeping this Whitaker family page going. But they would have said something if he did it on his page. Well, he's trying to gain money off of them for that. And everybody wanted an update. So where was he to do it? I mean, people would have said, oh, you're doing it on your stream so you can make money. No, I don't think this guy turned on Eric. Where'd that come that? Who said that? These guys are great friends. Yeah, and they're good friends.
Being built, the family being taken care of, and it's turned into a circus. And
Yeah.
but I have to get that information out. And then when an accusation gets made, I have to respond. I knew I was in the public eye. You're talking about a family that already went through a scandal before.
Right.
Yeah, I like I said, Jupiter, I don't believe, like, my opinions are very open on this. And I see other people's opinions very open on this. Like, this isn't this isn't one of those things where I'm oh, excuse me. This isn't one of them things where I'm set stone on liking anything that happened, really. As much good as APS is stepping into this family, I still think it's bad. Okay? I still think it's bad. Um I still think both of these men got into this knowing that that they were planning to make some good money. What's up, China? It is a big old circus. Yeah, because everybody's got their own opinions, man, and not much of what people have their opinions about I can shame, I can't say, well, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, you're probably fucking right. I remember Dwayne saying he was never going to help anyone again. I think he meant like other people besides the Whitakers. He'd probably help Eric in a heartbeat, but like helping outsiders again and shit. It's hard to do, guys. It's hard to it is as hard as easy as it sounds to help someone. It isn't so cut and dry. It isn't so cut and dry. Because look at the troubles Mark went through trying to help him. And now look at the troubles they're going through trying to help him. Is it fucking pouring outside? It is. Dude, it's daylight as fuck and pouring rain, dude. Like, there is not a cloud in the sky. It is. That's thunder and everything. I can hear my gutters. Like, it's like sunny. Here's the way I feel. I feel for Timmy because really I feel for all three of them because they never got to live what a normal life would look like. Now, I don't know what that would look like to those three. I don't know what normal would be for them, but what I mean is a normal life where, you know, they were taken care of, they were loved, they were cared for. And now Timmy's in a fucking hospital, in some care facility somewhere, and not living life either. And the other two are older, don't get me wrong, but they still haven't been able to, like, there's more to living life than just sitting on the front porch of some holler. There is. When a rainbow is out, I got my curtain shut. I can barely see through like the crack, and I can see like it's coming down the fucking gutter. Yeah, Timmy was getting a chance to get out. Normal was just how they were living. No, I think they were just existing, Flower Power. I think they were just existing there in that little house. You know, they were just, yeah, I guess you could say they were just living. You're right. Kind of just existing and living, right? But I mean more than that, you know? That's so sad. And you're right. Not if you don't know any different. You're right. Who knows? They could have been living it up compared to what they thought was normal. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing wrong living in a holler. I'm just saying we're in 2026 and there's things outside the holler that people should be doing and then go back to the holler. There at the end, Timmy was scared to be there and it showed. I think Timmy was being shown what other life looked like, you know? Like what the way other people lived, the way he was treated elsewhere. And he probably just absorbed that, you know? I would. Back when I was about 11 years old, 11 till about 13. About 11 years old, I started going to my uncle's every weekend. And we would go fishing. We would hunt squirrel, rabbit. We'd go out for the weekend, right? And we'd do this every weekend. And he had a friend, his name was Jay. I think he's dead now. But he had a friend and he took into liking me, you know what I mean? Like me and him kind of got friendly and shit. And he started coming to pick me up. And I did that every weekend because it was like a breakaway from my normal life. And I got to see how other life was. And I did that till I was about 13 or 14 years old, maybe even 15. I did it for quite a while. But them guys taught me how to shoot guns, fucking fish with a bait caster. You know what I mean? Fucking everything. Fly fish, troll fishing. I went up to Michigan one year and trolled for trout, trolled for fucking alligator, gar, trolled for fucking all kinds of shit. But like those are the things that just like, and Timmy was never able to even experience, and he was starting to.
Right.
And
And you worked really hard to keep that from happening again. For those who don't know, Eric and I have known each other for quite a while, and I know a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. And from the get go, his whole thing has been about transparency. How do we make sure we help these guys and doing it the right way? And people don't know me from Adam. All I can tell you is that from the get go, his goal has how can I help this family, and knowing what happened, how
And
can
when
I
you look at it from the investigator side, Eric does have all these people coming in from out of town to help build this house. He does have people online that are telling these investigators, no, Eric's a good dude. So this does help Eric in the investigator's eyes, right? It has to. And then you got Patrick over there that's got nobody, hasn't even cared to see the family, hasn't given a fuck, tell the investigator, suck my dick, take my phone, whatever. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. When do we grow up? Very true, Bureau.
make sure it's done transparently, and how can I make sure nothing like this ever happens again to him?
I knew going into this, dude, after the stuff was marked, that people thought anybody involved would be in. I knew right away, if I get involved in this, I'm going to be under that same microscope.
Right.
Told Pat that numerous times.
I live in the same small town
because of what they did with the money from Mark. And it's just one big freaking mess, dude. I was going to be accountable and transparent regardless. But after some of the events I'll discuss with you tonight, you'll
Mhm.
realize I really was, like I said, planning on.
Y'all with me tonight? Y'all with me? We're staying longer than an hour if y'all don't care, okay? If y'all don't mind, I'll gladly stay on here with y'all.
Just being over it. I talked to Patrick's daughter earlier, who was wanting to, and I'm gonna tell you, does she have some grievances? Sounds
Patrick's daughter wants to speak? Well, hello. She got some grievances? Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. Somebody else could do that. I'm not doing that. Hello, Buer. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Even if it fell in my lap, I wouldn't do that. Only because I wouldn't want nobody doing it to me, you know?
a few,
I wouldn't do that.
more than a but that's his personal life, man. And
Yeah, I
I'm
wouldn't do
not
it.
going there.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this about the Whitakers and what our involvement was. And if she sees this, I'll gladly talk to you. If I can help you in any way, if you need a listening ear, I'll be there. And I definitely feel your pain.
That's a jab at Patrick fucking manhood right there, y'all. That right there is jabbing at Patrick's fucking manhood right there, boy. That hurt Patrick's fucking soul right there. Talking about I'm here for his daughter. I'm a listening ear. I'll be here for you if you need me, if you need anything. That's a jab at Patrick, y'all. Boy, I'll jack your fucking jaws. Boy, ask my baby girls. Ask both of my baby girls. Dad hears everything first. My ears hear it first. Better never go to nobody else but me. I gotta hear it first. Like, what? They're in a pissing contest? It's what it looks like. Eric's winning right now, though. Eric's winning. If this is a war, Eric's outlasting the few battles and is now winning the war.
And I believe you have a right to feel the way you do. Trust me, I get it. I get it. And I've heard this from a lot of people. But I want to keep it focused on this because right now, a family has been divided. And
They are.
that was the exact opposite of what we was trying to do here, dude.
Right.
I mean, it's really hit me tonight. It sucks.
Plus, he had the video of the Airbnb condo. He has, like, he's starting to fire back, y'all. He still has the money, he says. I don't know why you would say you still have the money if you don't still have the money, right? That would be a stupid fucking thing to do about this time. But what I'm in fear of is that this will turn into a civil thing, which probably already has. What?
But yeah, the dude, locals, I don't know how they're finding me. It's crazy. It's crazy the support in this area. And yeah, the detraction has mostly been from like people on the internet that are trying to put things
Internet
together.
trolls, yeah.
I mean, I guess this is an exciting thing for some people. I don't find it that exciting.
But you know what's funny? You sure did find it exciting all the way up until it started to change a little, huh? You did. You did. You did podcasts with Patrick. You did live updates with the family. You did TV giveaways. Up until it crashed, it was all good with everybody, wasn't it?
Yeah, your goal again was to get here, help the family, get them what they haven't been able to get in the past, and you've really had hope. I mean, I'm usually the pessimist out of us, and you really had hope.
And you know, another thing is, okay, he keeps repeating himself. He likes to hear him talk about it. I mean, guys, you got to understand. Even now, we'll probably even have somebody on this live. Who's Timmy's at? I've had to repeat myself time and time and time again because people get this one video or they don't get this one. I'm over it, dude. I am so over it. I miss my life before this. I am proud to know.
Eric Carroll says it's in a savings account. It's in a savings account.
That I was able to sound the alarm on abuse. Because Timmy doesn't deserve that. Ray didn't deserve that. And I have a feeling Lorraine was.
So there he is telling everybody, I did sound the alarm on abuse. That's rough, y'all.
Trying to tell me something. And those three can't tell you what's going on. And they just don't deserve this. I'm going to go through some of the stuff, though, because the money is now the thing that's going on. I'll tell you from the very get-go, you know, I told everybody I called Adult Protection Services on the second day that we couldn't get the protective order because we felt like we had nothing else. Never hid that. I said, I called Adult Protective Services. Me and Timmy went and met. I told Betty that. I told Patrick that. What I might not know is Adult Protective Services had been called out to Patrick's a month prior to that. And I was told, he said, get the fuck out my yard. I will sue you and get my attorney. Get out. And they said they was legit wanting to come up and shake his hand and say thank you for helping the family. But that's what ended up happening.
Wow.
And then he called and told me about it. And he was like, all right, we don't have to worry about them. He's like, I told him to get out my yard. I was like, Patrick, you don't tell Adult Protection Service. I mean, I'll be honest with you, dude. I'm going to admit, up until that moment, I had never heard of Adult Protection Services. We always talked about Child Protective Services.
Right.
I didn't even know. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but yeah, but I guess there have been many reports that had been made and they have to follow up on it. And they, you know, they said once they get more than one report, hey, this has been going on, they have to go check up on it, dude. And I'm glad they do. I am glad they do. But when I met with them, I said, hey, Patrick, this last month gave me the Whitaker's money because the money went into Patrick's account that was coming in thus far. Patrick gave me their money. I'm holding on to it. I've been trying to put it in a trust. The attorney is Robert Dunlap, Beckley, West Virginia. He will vouch for me. I was trying to get it done the day that Betty no-showed the Adult Protective Services. We was going afterwards so I could get that money out of my account. I never wanted to hold on to that money.
Yeah, it's going to turn into a civil thing to where it's between him, Patrick, and BJ and Betty, BJ or Betty and Larry. And the thing is, Eric's got it to where they want the accounting for the whole thing. Patrick's got to come up with the accounting on his end too. And if he can't come up with the proper accounting, then Eric keeps the whole fucking thing. He said that in the video. He said, I'm waiting on Patrick to send me his numbers and we'll put it all together. And so it's going to turn into a civil thing, man. They really can't go in and take that money from Eric because it probably went into Eric's account. It was going to an AdSense account. So whatever Google AdSense account name that was in was probably Eric's. When it should have probably been in a trust account to begin with. That should have been the beginning of the trust account would have been that YouTube channel's account. It should have been an LLC account attached to that Google AdSense, and then boom. The money goes into a fund for the fucking family. But they didn't want it like that because they wanted to separate it all. I think it just says Larry and Betty. The one that Mark had, BJ was in. Yeah, being able to write off things, man, is great on your YouTube channel for sure. Because if I gave a donation to, let's say, another channel, I could say, hey, good job, blah, 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 and I could donate that. I could claim that right back at the end of the year to say I'd used it for promotion. Promise to God. I could claim that same $5 right back to me and say I used it for promotion. Yep.
Work, guys. It's very demanding. And there is a lot of knowledge and experience that you have to do. Not with this. This is unlike anything I'd ever seen. Dwayne can tell you, when we started doing this, it's like I've never seen anything like this. You can just take a cell phone, throw it up, and if people see it's them, people go nuts. I've never seen anything like it. But if you're an actual content creator, it's a lot of hard work, guys. But I make an honest living, and then I fixed up classic cars on the side. I had my hands in several different pots, but I live paycheck to paycheck. Unfortunately, the economy sucks right now. I live paycheck to paycheck. But I said I want to get up here. We hadn't made any money at this point. I went ahead, drove up to West Virginia, had the gas. Then when I got here, Patrick told me I could stay with him. I'm not bougie, guys, but there's one thing I want at the end of the night, and it's a clean bed and a place where I can decompress. I knew the environment that I was going into.
Patrick's so used to living on the fucking goddamn bottom. He probably invited people up that don't normally live like that, and they didn't want to stay. Boy, like that, how you gonna invite somebody to somebody's house and you ain't even got walls in that motherfucker?
Stressful and
like what?
And I didn't let that affect me. But I did want, at the end of the night, I got to take me a shower. I want to rest and get ready for the next day so I can do it again. Right. I got there. I was like, what house? Just like, there was no walls. There was nothing. He had one room that had some walls. And I don't want this to come off as me putting down on Patrick. I never said anything about this up until this point, guys. I really wanted the best for the guy. But he had a bed out on the porch. Or not a bed, it was just a mattress. And he had like an old egg crate on top of it. It looked like it had been rolled around in the mud. And I was like, dude, I'm going to need internet to upload the videos and stuff with while I'm here. Yeah. And I was trying to do it without hurting his feelings, Again, right. But anyway, I went and got a hotel. So there was another expense out of my pocket. But the next day, we go to see the Whitakers for the first time.
I remember that video.
First time. I get there. They were a little standoffish at first. Obviously, none of us knew each other.
I got him on 1.25.
Everyone's face was blood red. They were sweating, especially Ray. And really, to tell you the truth, I think the worst one taking it was Betty. She was hot. That was when I made the video. Like, what did I say to Ray? I was like, "What you doing?" He said, "God." He's talking about the weather. I started laughing. I was like, "Did you hear him say that?" I've never heard him say that before. Never heard him say it since. It's just a funny moment. But they didn't have an air conditioner, Dwayne.
I remember this. Yeah. And
it was breaking my heart. And I'm that guy. I see a need. I want to go. I was like, "Betty, you don't have an air conditioner?" I was like, "We can get you a window unit." Mm-hmm. I knew Patrick had gotten some donations, and he had started a GoFundMe. He had a GoFundMe going before I got involved. Yeah. When I got involved, I said, "Get rid of that GoFundMe." That's where it went south last time. And donations, this is where this thing will go south, because you have to be accountable with every penny. And at any point in time, if you go through an accusation, unfortunately, with what we're doing, you're going to go through accusation. You need to be able to say, "Hey, here's my books. Look, like I've been doing this past week. Hey, I want you to see this."
You know how many times Patrick told everybody that he had these books and had accounting and all that? I never seen a fucking thing of it. I never seen any of it.
Anyway, so yeah, she said she would like an air conditioner. And then Patrick goes, "Betty, we're going to go get you an air conditioner. We're going to go to town. We're going right now. I'm going to take Timmy with me. We're going to get an air conditioner." And then he put it on Facebook. "We're going to get an air conditioner." And I'm like, good. Let's get into action. This is what I'm here for, Get in the truck with him. We go to Beckley, and we don't pull up to Walmart. We pull up to the boot barn. Yeah. And I'm like, "What are we doing here?" And he was like, "Oh, Timmy needs some clothes." I'm like, "Oh, okay. And we was there for about the next 2 hours. And if the workers there at the boot barn hear this, they'll tell you. I'm not lying. I was there for about 2 hours. That's where Timmy was trying on the shoes, and he was saying, "Hey, sweetie," and all that. We did the sharp dress video, but he bought Timmy an outfit. Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't just buy Timmy an outfit. He bought himself an outfit. Timmy an outfit, him an outfit. Over $500.
Hmm.
$500. Did you see me dress up Timmy in his vest and everything like a week or so? It was a little over a week ago when I got up here. I mean, that vest, everything, dude, I think it was like $50 head to toe. Walmart.
Yeah.
And he looked
Walmart.
sharp. You know,
Walmart.
that's the guy that is usually in rags. He would have, been appreciative of anything. He didn't need that, especially at a time where you don't have any money and like you're
Right.
struggling.
Here's the thing, man. If you didn't like that, you should have said something right then and there. That's how I feel. I don't care for these. I'm going to go back and bitch about something that I could have stopped or I could have said something about or I could have backed out right then. He could have been like, hey, this is not what I want to do. I didn't come here to watch you spend money that you made off this family on you and him and me pay this for this air conditioner. No, man. But instead, you know what they did? They made a video about it and they made it seem like it was all good and gravy and everybody was happy, right? And Eric was good delivering the air conditioner to him. Yay, we got an air conditioner. Yay. But nobody said nothing on the video. So you didn't go full transparency, Eric. See what I mean? How everything's supposed to be full transparent, but everything ain't full transparent. You probably didn't need some sharp dressed man clothes. That's the sharp dressed man video. Y'all remember that video, right, Timmy? Every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man. Well, I know what he bought. He bought Timmy a pair of rock jeans. He got Timmy some boots. A pair of rock jeans, almost $200 alone. Rock Revival t-shirts, 80. You know? So you're spending 230 on a shirt and a pair of jeans. No shit. No doubt. I got a lot of pairs of Rock Revivals. I know what they cost. One of the best jeans you can buy because like the stitch in them is so thick, like they don't rip apart. They're very well made jeans. On the girl side, it's Miss Me jeans is who's made Rock Revival, Miss Me. It's the same company. Timmy was living with Patrick and Eric. Yep. Yeah, they did this. What happened to that AC? They said that Ray took it out the window. That wouldn't stop them from keeping that air in that window, man, if it was hot. Somebody fucking hawked that thing, huh? They pawned the air unit that was already there. Well, we got a lot to go through, and I'm gonna go through this shit. I am because I'm seeing so much shit now with the Whitakers. I knew I would. They sold their air conditioner unit. Fucking shame. What a shame, guys. What's up, Flies? You know what makes me so mad about this? Is that this family could have been rich by now. They could have been rich by now. 100%. They could have been rich by now. The amount of support that was flying in for the Whitakers with the proper team around them, dude, they could have been rich, man. They say that you can take the ghetto, you can take the person out the hood or the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the hood or the person. And it's kind of the way it is with everything in life. No matter where you're raised, no matter you're just who you are. Blackberries are good. Yeah, they could have been rich, man. At least millionaires by now, I would say. It's been a year, almost going on a year. I'm not going to spend too much more time on the Whitakers because I am ready to move on. But I am going to go over these last few videos that I have that are stored away, that aren't on YouTube, that aren't on fucking. They're like the Dwayne and Eric video. Then there's a video of him at home, I think. You can go over that shit because there's a lot that I didn't even look in at that. I didn't even look at it that way now. Now knowing that everybody knew that Eric stayed for that family, it changes the whole course of things for me. Jelly Roll and Bunny are splitting up. I never cared for Jelly Roll becoming a country rapper or country musician. I don't care for it. Jelly's a sellout to me. Sorry. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't sell out either when it comes to making millions and millions of dollars, but he really is a sellout. Definitely a fake image. Everybody, enjoy your night, man. Stay blessed, less stress, right? Stay blessed and less stressed. You guys enjoy your evenings. I'm going to kick back, relax, smoke a fat ass joint, watch some TV, and crash out, man. I appreciate all y'all for hanging out, and I will see y'all again tomorrow. Same time, same place, baby. Love y'all. Do me a favor, hug your family, tell them you love them.